Let's talk about one particular company. Yatharth Hospital posted what was a steady set of Q1 numbers with its revenue up 37%, occupancy and average revenue per bed rising as well. To discuss this, we have with us Yatharth Tyagi, the whole-time director of the hospital, joining in. Yatharth, hi, welcome to the show. Well, if you could just start by giving us what led to, this growth of 9% that you saw in your average revenue per occupied bed this quarter. Is it because the surgical part, high-end surgical part, high-end services is now increasing as it has been for most hospitals? And that's what you're seeing as a trend for your hospital, which led to this 9% rise? And what is the trend as well?
Right, so the increase in the ARPOB that you see here is primarily due to two aspects. One is the rise in oncology services. So oncology is something which we were offering earlier, but the full complete suite of oncology services is not there. So for example, radiation oncology and PET scan, as well as bone marrow transplants is something that we have recently started. So over the course of last 1 year, we see, where oncology used to contribute just 3% in terms of our overall revenue is now contributing to 10% of the overall revenue of the group. In fact, the Nord Extension Hospital, that's where we have the complete oncology suite. That's where oncology is now contributing 17%. So the increase in the average revenue per occupied bed is one, due to oncology, and second aspect is also the robotic surgeries. So we have 3 Da Vinci robots as well as 3 orthopedic robots. So this is something again that we have recently started, and an average robotic surgery costs more than the normal surgery. It's also good for the patients. Patients are now able to discharge much more faster from the hospital. The scar is much less and the recovery is much more. The recovery time is quicker. So robotic surgery is again one of the reasons you see an increase in the ARPOB. So oncology and robotic surgery are the key drivers. And also going forward, we feel as these share increases much more in our overall pie, ARPOB is bound to increase in the similar trend going forward.
What is the trend that you're looking at? Your ARPOB has improved to levels of 30,550 right now versus levels of around 29,000 earlier. What is the year-end target in terms of guidance? And oncology from current 10%, how much can you scale it up to by end of this year? And what is the plan, longer-term plan for oncology?
See, oncology is a huge market. In India specifically, if you see in the last few years, the cases of cancer have been steadily rising. We feel in Delhi NCR, there's still much more advancement that is yet to be there in the field of oncology. T-cell therapy, leukemia, as well as bone marrow transplant. These are specialized areas where much more needs to be done. So we feel going forward, we expect to see similar increasing trend in our oncology. So 10% now, yes, we feel that, as I mentioned, the hospital which has the radiation line has 17% oncology. We feel that in this hospital going forward, oncology can even touch 25% in a couple of years' time. As far as ARPOB is concerned, we have grown around 10% from last year. We do expect to be growing on the similar trend in the coming year also.
Okay, so you're expecting this 9-10% growth in ARPOBs to continue in the coming quarters?
I think year on year, 10% would be a good number.
For FY25 as a whole?
No, 10% as a whole, year on year.
Okay, all right. Occupancy, that's at 61%. Do you expect that to rise? The reason I ask is that oncology also has a lot of daycare services. So while you might be making money, from oncology services, it might not reflect in your occupancies. So when it comes to occupancies, what are you guiding for?
See, if you look at our occupancy, it has also grown significantly. Last year, it was close to 51%, and now we are close to 61%. So not just oncology, the reason for the rise in our occupancy is because certain other services like neurosurgery, cardiology, these have also seen significant growth. And 2 of our hospitals, I would still say, are still in a maturing phase. They're still not mature hospitals. So occupancy is bound to grow there. So as we see the increase in the OPD and IPD volumes, specifically, because we've seen good increase in IPD volumes. So we feel going forward, occupancy would be steady, but it would still continue to rise.
So what's your target occupancy?
I think overall at group level, I think in a couple of years' time, 70% would be a good occupancy level.
All right. Yatharth, how much of the contribution came in from international patients this time around? You have said you've expanded the transplant program. There is radiation oncology program. How much was it right now? How much can this be improved because of these new segments?
See, the two of our hospitals are located in Greater Noida, and Noida. So, Jewar Airport, the Asia's largest international airport, is supposed to start this year, and first international flight is supposed to start this year itself. So we feel in this regional areas that we are present in, we will be bound to significantly benefit from the new airport that is coming. Even our new hospital, Faridabad, it's not that far from the upcoming international airport. So we feel going forward, this whole city, this whole area is going to boom up as far as medical tourism is concerned. More ecosystem is being created for handling international patients. This is something again where we have already taken certain steps. There's new teams of international marketing that have joined. We are signing MOUs with different countries, different outstation OPDs. Our doctors are now regularly going to CSF countries, African countries, conducting OPDs there. So we're quite confident that in the coming years, international patients should be touching close to double-digit contribution in terms of our overall revenues are concerned.
Okay, all right, Yatharth, we're going to leave it on that note. Thanks very much for joining in and speaking with us. So that's the view coming in from Yatharth Hospitals. That stock has done well, up around 3.5%. We'll take a short break. Up next, lots more stocks lined up. Stay tuned.